glass doors of St. Helena's Children's Hospital slid open as a frantic nanny rushed in, clutching a little girl in her arms. She fell from the swing. She cried, her voice trembling. The girl, barely 6, whimpered through her tears. "My hand hurts so much." Dr. Emily Carter, a calm yet sharp pediatric surgeon, hurried forward. "It's okay, sweetheart. Let's take a look," she said softly. Kneeling beside the child, Emily gently examined the swollen wrist and frowned when she noticed older bruises. Faint, yellowish marks on the girl's forearm. "That's strange," she murmured quietly. "What's your name, honey?" "Lily," the child whispered. Before Emily could ask anything else, the sound of firm footsteps echoed through the hall. Everyone turned as a tall man in an expensive suit appeared, his expression taut with worry. His presence commanded attention instantly. "Where's my daughter?" he demanded, his deep voice cutting through the silence. The nurses exchanged glances. Dr. Carter straightened and met his eyes. "She's right here, Mr. Bennett." Recognition swept through the staff. Richard Bennett, billionaire CEO of Bennett Industries. He hurried to Lily's side, brushing her hair gently. "Daddy's here," he said softly, then looked at Emily. "Fix her." Something told Emily this wasn't just a play. Richard Bennett's presence filled the small exam room like a storm. He still held his phone, giving brisk instructions to his assistant, even as he stood beside Lily's bed. "Postpone the investor call. My daughter's hurt," he said, before finally slipping the phone into his pocket. Dr. Emily Carter kept her tone calm. "Mr. Bennett, her wrist may be fractured. We'll need an X-ray to confirm." He gave a short nod but didn't meet her eyes. Kneeling beside Lily, he brushed a tear from her cheek. "Tell me what happened, sweetheart." Lily hesitated, glancing at her nanny before whispering, "I fell from the swing." Emily caught the flicker of fear behind the words. "Lily," she said gently, "are you sure that's how it happened?" Richard's gaze snapped toward her. "Doctor, my daughter said she fell. I suggest we don't make her relive it." His voice was polite, but edged with authority. Emily didn't back down. "It's my job to ask questions." A tense silence followed until the nurse returned with the X-rays. Emily pointed at the image. "It's a clean break. She'll need a cast tonight." Richard's expression softened for a moment, then hardened again. "Do whatever it takes. Money's not an issue." Ground as night fell over St. Helena's. The hospital quieted, but Dr. Emily Carter couldn't shake the unease twisting in her gut. Lily lay asleep, her small arm wrapped in a fresh cast, breathing softly under sedation. Emily sat at her desk, reviewing the child's medical file. The pattern of bruises didn't match a single accident. Some were days old, others weeks. It wasn't clumsiness, it was something darker. She stepped into the waiting area where the nanny sat, nervously twisting her hands. "Miss Harper," Emily began quietly, "has Lily had other accidents?" The woman's eyes darted toward the security guards, then back to Emily. "Please," Emily urged. "I need the truth if I'm going to protect her." Tears welled in the nanny's eyes. "It's not Mr. Bennett," she whispered. "It's his new wife. She hates it when Lily calls her mommy." Emily froze. "Does he know?" "No," Miss Harper said quickly. "He's so busy. He doesn't see it." Emily's heart sank. The world saw Richard Bennett as powerful and flawless, but his daughter was paying the price for his blindness. Back in her office, Emily opened a new file and began documenting every mark, every bruise. She knew reporting this could cost her career, but she couldn't stay silent. Backseat. When Richard arrived the next morning, his face was pale. Exhaustion etched into every line. Emily waited in her office, a report in her hands and determination in her eyes. "Mr. Bennett, we need to talk." she said firmly. He frowned. If this is about payment, it's not, she interrupted. It's about your daughter. Her injuries aren't consistent with a fall. She's been hurt before, and the evidence points to someone inside your home. His jaw tightened. That's a serious accusation, Doctor. It's not an accusation, Emily replied quietly. It's a medical fact, and by law, I have to report it. For a long moment, Richard said nothing. His confidence wavered, replaced by disbelief. You think I'd let that happen under my roof? I think you've been too busy to notice, she said gently. Hours later, Child Protective Services arrived to investigate. Richard's world began to crumble as the truth emerged. His wife's temper, the nanny's fear, the bruises that had been hidden behind luxury. Weeks later, he returned to the hospital without his usual entourage, holding Lily's small hand. Thank you, Dr. Carter, he said quietly. Lily looked up at him and smiled through her pink cast. Daddy's home now. This time, he truly was.